Hello everyone, I'm Josh Silverman from Constant Calibrating. I'm here with Ashley Jenkins. So,
hello.
Ashley, I'm just gonna have to come right out. Tell me about the costume.
Okay, so this costume is X-Ray. It's actually a Rooster Teeth character based on one of our achievement hunters, Ray. X-Ray is his superhero alter ego. And so myself and my co-host for The Know, Meg, we dressed up as X-Ray, and Vav, which is his counterpart, Gavin's superhero alter ego. So we just decided to like take them and gender bend them a little bit for fun.
Well, yes, it's pretty awesome. It was having you walk in here. I was like, oh, that is awesome. It's a really cool because last year Ray and Gavin did it, so it's cool seeing a different version. I would love to see Meg's. I'm sure this picture's up somewhere. Yeah,
we're doing our best to do them proud.
That's awesome. All right, so main thing is The Know. So where the idea of essentially doing a news program for Rooster Teeth, usually known for primarily, scripted entertainment, things like that. What made you want to do this kind of thing, expand?
Well, Rooster Teeth was definitely looking for new directions to expand, new things to do, and one of the big things that one of the big, I guess, blocks the Rooster Teeth has encountered over the past several years is a lot of people think of them as like those Halo guys, and a lot of people don't realize how much they've broken out over the years. And this was one way that we could really easily communicate to a lot of people all at once that we do so much more because we can talk to PR, we can talk to other journalists and marketing, and news is something that they understand. But it also happens to be something that I enjoy a great deal. So when Rooster Teeth asked for suggestions, news was what I suggested because Rooster Teeth doesn't really go into reviews, which is a policy that the company's held for many years. Experience sharing, all that, yes, but reviews, like we don't feel comfortable telling people what to buy, what not to buy.
What I've always heard from Jack has discussed is that they always feel bad, bad mouthing something by accident or things like that. The negative, they don't want to deter someone from giving a developer a chance. It's like I'm wording it not right. But.
Well, yeah, what it comes down to is even the most flawed game somebody's going to love. Exactly. And so we don't like the idea of turning someone off to an experience that they might actually enjoy because we didn't enjoy it. And also, it is true that no matter how rushed the game is or how rough it is when it releases, someone worked very, very hard on that, and we don't like to invalidate the work that they did.
That makes sense.
Just like from a personal perspective, as content creators ourselves, that's something that we totally get. If someone was like, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, we go, oh, that's very sad. So, we don't want to invalidate anyone else's work if we don't want our own invalidated, and so we try to, is it treat as you like to be treated?
That makes sense. That's a solid policy.
Yeah, but news is something that's it's happening all the time. There's always something to talk about. It's always very exciting, and because Rooster Teeth has always done all this really great entertaining content, we thought maybe they want to be informed as well.
Yeah, well.
And it turns out that they do more than we ever actually thought. We thought if we did maybe 500,000 views a week that would be just like a runaway success, and we almost immediately doubled that goal. So we decided to expand it beyond just a daily video series on our main channel and launch a whole new program dedicated to news and talk about movies and TV and tech and all that stuff, because no one who plays games just plays games.
Yeah.
We all enjoy a lot of other stuff too, and we wanted to talk about it, and in that format we couldn't, so we set ourselves free.
Ooh. I like that way of thinking. So now let's try that again. You have different coverage that you're doing on a regular basis. How's that worked with different places other than the fans? How has Rooster Teeth been treated and now been treated by the industry as large?
Everyone's been really wonderful. Just as a bit of an example, last year a couple of us came to E3. It was me, and it was Bernie, and it was Jack, and Jack's then girlfriend, now lovely wife, Katie, and we all went to E3, and we went around the show floor, and it was great. We saw a lot of things. We were very excited, but there weren't a lot of ways for us to talk to anyone. There wasn't really a context to do so because everyone at E3 is work.
Yeah.
This year when we went, we had almost back-to-back appointments for behind closed doors demos. We were talking to a lot of people. It was like night and day. So we've come a long way in terms of industry recognition. We're working with a lot of PR people now. Mm-hmm. We get advanced copies of games to show off on our weekly show, The Patch, or to do like pre-release Let's Plays, and it's all coming up Millhouse.
Thank you. So you have my camera and love just cheering with it. That was I beyond appreciate that reference. Okay, so the Patch now is went from being a pure Rooster Teeth additional podcast to now it's part of the Know. Again, how has the reception for that been? Because that's been a nice little weekly gaming update essentially from you guys. And what I like about it is you do more of the conversational thing. You're not strictly by the numbers. It's essentially, I'd say, slightly more structured Rooster Teeth podcast, kind of.
Yeah, the Rooster Teeth podcast is very off the cuff.
Mm-hmm.
If it gives you any indication on the Patch, we don't generally need to keep a spreadsheet of time to dick.
Mm-hmm.
There's very little of that going on. We do try to keep it on topic with games. We branch out into tech a little bit, but
sure.
We do like to just talk about everything that's happened over the week and how we feel about it, because for the most part, we try and keep most opinions out of our news updates, because that's not what they're for.
Well, yeah.
We use the Patch for our feelings and our thoughts, and what impact we think that has emotionally, I guess, on our hearts.
Oh, well, I think I like that aspect. You divided up how you're doing stuff, because with was it 2 weeks ago you guys had the discussion about the whole controversy with Ubisoft with
that would be we've actually it actually came up 3 weeks in a row.
Well, okay, sure.
Just because it was continuing to develop. But Meg and I were both on, not this most recent episode, but the one before. And I
think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it was nice to have that sort of platform to offer our perspectives just based on our own experiences.
Yeah.
Not say, Ubisoft, you have to do this, and I'll never buy another game otherwise, because that's not how we operate. We would absolutely buy it anyway.
Yeah.
But what we would like to see on a personal level.
All right, well, that's the kind of stuff I like, is you're not, there's some podcasts, some shows that'll do the whole thing, we have an opinion, and this is the opinion. You have to listen to it. It's nice to hear just thoughts, hey, ideas, you don't have to directly be obsessed with this kind of thing. But
the nice thing is we all have come from completely different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan loves PC. He's constantly down on Nintendo, and I'm always about to kill him. But at the same time, getting more into PC gaming, I absolutely see where he's coming from. So we're able to have a nice discussion from a lot of different perspectives.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, any plugging things for the Know and stuff, where can people find all this stuff? I mean, obviously roosterteeth.com, but when and all that.
So we do updates every weekday except for holidays and kind of yesterday because it was a busy day. We had this little thing called RTX going on. It's a big hassle. Anyway, we do updates throughout the day every weekday for video games, TV, movies, tech, all that kind of fun stuff. And that is on roosterteeth.com, but we have our own domain for anyone who wants to just get those updates, and it's theknow.tv.
Theknow.tv.
Or you can just go straight to our YouTube channel, which you should absolutely subscribe to. It's youtube.com/know. That's Know with a K.
Yeah. Just make it clear. Make it clear, people. And actually, I just remembered one question I wanted to ask.
Sure.
Since we're at RTX, well, what would you say is your most, awkward or weird fan interaction you may have had? Maybe it's happened this weekend, or just...
Oh, I accidentally told someone I love them.
Did you?
I mean, I mean it. But not... but maybe I should have taken them to dinner first.
Well, sure. I mean, you can't just start with love. You got to romance. You got to take your time.
Yeah,
be steady with it.
I jumped straight into it.
We all have our different ways of doing things, but thank you very much for joining me for a little while.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Josh Sullivan from Constantly Calibrating, constantlycalibrating.com. Look us up.